Hey, Alabella. Okay, if you could just tell me your name and occupation and what influenced you to apply to this program at USM.
Well, my name is Kimberly Warren, and I am the Director of Student Affairs for the College of Management and Human Services at the University of Southern Maine. I decided to apply to the Adult and Higher Education program because it just seemed like the natural next step for me. I was a non-traditional student where it took me 4 tries to actually get my bachelor's degree. And when I finally got it, I thought, well, I'm on a roll, let's go for it. I actually already work for the School of Education and Human Development, in which the adult and higher education program is in. So it was a very natural next step for me. I did look actually at other programs around the country, and I kept returning to this one. It seemed to be the best fit for me for both adult learning and to get some of those student affairs components in it.
Now, where are you at in the program right now?
I'm about 3/4 of the way through. I'm desperately hoping that I will be done by June.
And can you talk a little bit about the workload and typical time commitment for one graduate class?
For one graduate class, okay, because right now I'm taking 2 to try to finish up, and I don't highly recommend that. One graduate class can be, there's an old formula coming from a student affairs director, because students ask me this all the time. I always say for every 1 credit, there is an hour of in-class and then 3 hours of out-of-class. So for an online class, that's 4 hours. Times that by 3 credits, it's 12 hours a week. I probably spend closer to between 15 hours if it's a regular week with just discussion board. There's a paper due, it could be up to 20 hours a week.
And how do you prioritize your work for class, given that you work full-time also?
I do have to prioritize. I'm a huge to-do list maker. So every Sunday I sit down with my to-do list at home and I go through what it is that I need to accomplish in the class that week, whether it's as simple as responding to discussion boards or reading the materials. And there's something very satisfying as I go through my week in crossing off those things that I have done. I'm also a big planner, so I don't wait for the last minute to do my papers. I tend to chunk them, so I'll do a little bit along the way as I get the information for it. So for me, planning it out is really the key.
And what do you find challenging about being in an online degree program?
There's a couple of things that are challenging. One is the time. There is definitely more time involved rather than when I took the research methods class. I actually took that face-to-face, and it was a very different experience just to go and sit in a class and then go home and not have to spend hours discussing it online. It was a very different thing, but it was also much more a passive learning where you kind of let the information sort of flow over you, where with online I have time to be much more reflective. I think I pay much more attention to my classmates' responses and how they think about things.
And how often do you have to be online?
That's a really good question. I don't think it's healthy to do it every day. I try to remember that I do have a life outside of work and school. So there's usually a couple of days during the week where I don't go online at all. And no one misses me. It's okay, because on the other 4 or 5 days I am an active participant. I think you do need to break it up.
And do you find that there are any benefits of being in an online program versus an in-classroom?
I do. Like I said before, it's a much more active type of learning. You wouldn't think that, it's online, it's you with the computer, But really, I think I'm closer to my classmates than if we were in a face-to-face class. And like I said, you have much more time to be reflective in your answers and to really listen and think about what your classmates are posting about too.
And how has this degree program helped you to grow personally or as a professional or both?
We do not have enough time on this video for me to discuss that, but it has helped me immensely. I have grown so much as a person, and I am 52, so you would think, oh, I know everything, right? No, I know nothing compared to, how much I have learned over the past 2 years about myself and how I work with others, how I live with others. The whole adult learning, all the models, the orientations, the theories have helped me so much in making sense out of why I did things the way I did them, and also how I'm going to plan for my future.
And are there any words of wisdom that you would like to share with new students?
Words of wisdom. I don't know, I'd have to think about that one. I think take the leap for the online program. I know a lot of students, remember I talk to most of the prospective students, they worry about what the online component is and how engaged they will be. Take that leap, try it. I just love it. I really, really do love it. And I talked to other students in the program who were at first thought, not so sure about online learning, and they have learned that there are definite benefits to it also. So take the leap and try it. You can take a class before you are admitted to the program.
Great. Thanks so much, Kim, for your time.
Oh, you're welcome. Come see me